So VB provides a number of collections for developers, and these are pre-made data structures provided in the .NET framework, located in the system.collections.star namespace. But we haven't talked about namespaces. That's a kind of way of organizing all the different variables and objects that are in .NET. These structures are conceptually similar to arrays, but are pre-designed to be convenient for some specific purposes. For instance, if we wanted to construct a client database, we might use an ordered list of structure type customer. So that I just said that in the last video. So you might want a bunch of customers, and you want to put them all into kind of like a big spreadsheet. But in this, we don't have spreadsheets in .NET, but we can create something that does the same thing as a spreadsheet, and that's going to be an array list of the different customers. We could use a basic one-dimensional array, but we would have to resize the array before adding every new customer. Customer deletion would also require much cleanup. So we haven't really seen that much, but adding and so it turns out that arrays are not so great, actually. They're not so flexible. Like once you define the number of elements in the array, it's kind of a mess. It may not seem like such a mess, but it is kind of a mess to resize the array, make it bigger or smaller. So array lists are the thing to use more often than not. But yeah, so we would have to resize the array before adding every new customer. Customer deletion would also require much cleanup. Shifting clients to fill the empty space created by the deletion. So that's an example. So when you delete somebody, then you can't have any empty spaces in an array. So you'd have to move everything so that there are no spaces, and resizing the array to prevent empty elements at the end. So it's this kind of not such a great object, the array, actually. To help, .NET provides something called an array list. Formally, it's referred to as in the systems collections.ArrayList, which allows convenient runtime manipulation with auto cleanup. So it's just more convenient, especially useful for cases where placeholding is not meaningful. So let's examine ArrayList use with an example by expanding our structure demo example from last lecture.